Men will never be free until the last king is strangled with the entrails of the last priest. That is, of course, Denis Diderot, a French Enlightenment philosopher and art critic. And while an extreme sentiment, I cannot help but agree to some degree. At the very least, it is a reminder to me that institutions ought to be for people and not people for institutions. The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. When the institution stops serving the people become slaves to the institution. All right, we are back. I just want to start off this week with just a big thank you to everyone who is following along. I have over 100 subscribers now, 117 to be exact, and I don't want to let that number pass me by like it's nothing. You know, it's pretty interesting and a little disturbing how easily your perception of success can be skewed on these social platforms. I remember when I first started a couple months ago and the excitement I would have, over 10 to 20 views in a day or a couple days, the excitement that would bring, and that quickly fades as you get, a video that gets a little bit more, get a few hundred views, or one video I had got up to 1,400. That sense of excitement, though, quickly diminishes, which is a shame. And it has been a constant thing for me in this process to have to ground myself in reality when it comes to the judgment of oneself based on numbers. And obviously in my case, it's the numbers on YouTube, the likes, the subscriptions, watch time, all those things. But with that, I'd like to put a special thank you out to my patrons. I got my 100 subscribers, but I got 3 patrons, and I don't know. I'm grateful for that. It's wild and cool to have somebody say like I dig what you're doing, and giving me a little monetary support to help me out, keep me going with it. And this week, I actually got my first patron that I don't know. So 2 of my patrons, one's my wife, a little sweetheart, and the other one is my friend and mentor, Mr. Captain Fox. And then the one I don't know, from all the way from the UK, Mr. Kieran, Mr. Patty Mick 4627. So yeah, I don't know. I just want to thank all of y'all for supporting me on this. It means a ton. Yeah, y'all are rad. So I am just simply stoked. I am grateful for the love and support of those who know me, and I am grateful and flattered by the positive reception of my work by folks who don't know me. I feel like my greatest enemy in all this has been like battle in my own mind. I have this constant nagging voice that is always sort of, telling me I'm shit, or I'm not good enough, or, why are you talking? But the support I am receiving tells me otherwise. I constantly have to think of myself as Aragorn taking up his reforged Narsil and pulling that scoffing ghost, and that ghost representing the mocking, demeaning voices in my head and saying, no, motherfucker, the blade, me, who I am, my identity, that was broken by, time, religion, poor role models, it has been reforged now, and I am who I am, and it is good. I will take up who I am, and I will wield it mightily. I will humble myself when I am wrong, but I will not wallow in the lie that I am not good. With that, I want to encourage whoever is out there with maybe some of the same negative internal voices to take up their blade, wrangle those scoffing, mocking thoughts or feelings, because you are good. You are valuable, and your heart and mind are worth a damn. So do not hide it. Be it, put it forth in the most mighty way that you can. This is my admonition to you and to me. and I hope you join me in the process of daily reminding yourself of your quality. With all that mushy, heartfelt, encouraging goodness out of the way, it has been a busy week. I've been chipping away on a commission. I've been working on some Age of Sigmar objective markers, and these things have been a lot of fun. I don't know what it is about these more like these terrain type things, but just it's a lot less pressure than painting like a character or something. I've been changing up my process a little bit, combining my typical slab chop, but using that more as like a dynamic undercoat. And then on top of that, I end up layering like a lot of like different like acrylics and stippling and dry brushing to give it like an earthy, worn, naturalistic, textured quality. My inspiration, as it often is when it comes to painting, is some advice from my oil painting teacher in college. I was terrible at oil painting, but one thing that he told us that really stuck with me and I remember all the time is that shadows are not black. So with that, when I was painting these, I started with like a blue and green and bluish gray, like speed paint, and I wet blended them. And then on top of that, I dry brushed the grays and greens, tans, and then up to like an off-white to like lighten it up, just to give it that depth, that richness, that worn look, that textured look. So yeah, I'm very happy with the results. And it has me fantasizing as if I'm on the Weta Workshop team or something, working on some Lord of the Rings goodness. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed making these things look the way they look. Apart from commissions, some of my own stuff I worked on, I didn't just work on, I finished my Broodlord. He's going to be leading my Gene Stealers in the grand narrative. I mentioned a few videos back when I initially started experimenting with the Villainy Inks that I wanted to use them as an addition to my current process, and that is what I did with the Broodlord. Did my typical process, and then I finalized it with the enamel wash, and for me, this was overwhelmingly a success, and I'm super pumped to give my Gene Stealers the same treatment eventually. The depth and richness and sheen that it gave to the model is, in my opinion, just like so good. I'm just super happy with it. And once again, super excited to get the same treatment on the Gene Stealers. And if I'm being real, I'm kind of thinking stupid and maybe even thinking about retroactively applying it to the whole gang of bugs. I don't know. We'll see. That'd be a lot of work. And I need other stuff I need to finish. But that has been it for me this week. I am feeling reinvigorated and stoked for the future. I'm going to be pushing through this month and finishing my walking lair. I want to do like a fun, spooky Halloween episode, so I'm going to crank through. I've made a few additions to the lair. I've added my little, a few ghouls burrowing out the bottom, trying to drop down on the townsfolk to carry out the necromancer's commands. I've also made like a cool little friction fit deck for the necromancer, or like a banner bearer to stand out on. I guess it's more for display purposes more than anything. But yeah, I'm ready to wrap the thing up. I've been working on it for a while, and it will be good, and all will be well. So once again, I just want to thank you, patrons, for supporting me. I don't know, I'm stoked. I'm pumped. It makes me happy that folks are resonating and want to support me. That means a lot. Thank you, patrons, and thank you to all who are subscribing, watching, following along. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, all the good things that you do. Helps me out a ton, and it keeps me stoked. But yeah, that is it for now. I will see you in the next one. Peace. Today is October 14, 2024. Here are 7 dice. Today's numbers are On the D20, 14. On the D12, 9. On the D10, 7. On the percentage die, 30. On the D8, 7. On the D6, 5. And on the D4, 2. Those are today's numbers.